Good morning, YouTube. So, another viewer's question was, how do you reconnect to the spirit world if you think that you've lost them? So, that's coming up in this video. So, I see this a lot in my classrooms, and I've received it on email. Like, Charlie, how do you reconnect when you feel like you've lost the communicator? Reconnect to the spirit world. And the email suggested that you go back to the last statement that the client had accepted. So I'm going to break it down more mechanically so you can use your own tips or your own mindsets to go back to the right place to feel like you've reconnected to the spirit world. So, in my opinion, the spirit world are never gone. They're never away. They're always here. They're always ready to communicate if our mind allows it. So I understand where the viewer said, like my teacher, my tutor says, go back to the last question or the last statement that you had given that was correct and build off from there. And certainly that's something that can definitely work. You can talk your way back in, go back to the previous statements that felt good or felt right, and then build it from there. However, there are going to be some flaws there that won't allow us to progress through the story being told of the communicator. If it felt right and they were talking about the family, then that's as far as the story's going to go. It's only going to go as far as the family because that's where the last statement was accepted, and then it's all going to just hover around that very small segment of their entire story is going to be around that family because that's where it felt good for you last. Now, if you've ever watched me demonstrate on the church circuit or the centre circuit or at my events that I hold, there is something that is very defiant about my mediumship. If it's there in my mind, I will not move on it. It's not that I'm arrogant or I'm stubborn or anything like that. It's that I know the spirit world have brought that in for a reason to talk about. So it will go into the repackage of the thought process that I had, so package it a different way, and then the story usually then unfolds. And it always turns out that it's very relevant why that part of the story would have to come up for the story of the communicator, but also for the story of the recipient. Something very wonderful may be happening in their life and they want to talk about it. Equally, there may be something terrible going on in their life and the process can help them get through it. So I trust what I receive from the spirit world. It's just a case of repackaging. Now, the spirit world in my mind are always there. They're never gone. It's a process that I know, tried and tested with myself, with my mentoring program, and with my workshops. Is I know that they're there, and this happened over the weekend, over the mentoring program that I held this weekend. And one of my students, who I'm sure won't mind me sharing the story, was diluting her mind at a ridiculous rate because she had had a terrible week prior. She had a lot of stuff going on in her world, and her child was very unwell, like 3 different hospitals, running around, trips and what have you, all the things that go with having a very sick child at the time. And so, understandably, her mind was extremely diluted with the worry of being mum and the worry of is she going to be okay, and I hope this turns around over the next few days because this is quite a worrying time. And I asked her to stand up. It was a great example. Like, come on then, let's get up, let's get on with it. Let's show that you can work through the negative parts of our lives, because let's face it, we all encounter these negative moments. Things go wrong and life takes hold. She stood up and she just said that they're not there. I can't see them. I can't feel them. I'm just not aware of them. And so I said to her, look, trust me, trust your spirit team. They are there. They are definitely there. It's just the over dilution of what's going on in your mind. So when the viewer sends me an email, asks me, like, it confuses me. I'm lost. I don't know what to do when I go there. and they're not there, and my awareness don't pick them up. The knowledge and the understanding that they are definitely there, 100% they are there. It's easier with that understanding, with that mindset, with that intent to know that they are there. They're right there now. And all I have to do is find it. It's not, where have they gone? Oh my God, where have they gone? And I've lost a link, I'm going to look silly. Just remove me from that scenario, or the I, or the ego, kick it to one side and know that they are there. And go with the spark, the thoughts, that then manifests, and that will lead you back onto it. The spirit world will never fail us in that way. They are there to communicate. This is their opportunity to have a voice. So they are definitely not running away. And I think over the years we have been taught that if we lose the connection, we've got to mechanically move through this, and we've got to make sure that we get it right, and we're fearing it, we're worrying about it, and the fact is that they are there, so we don't have to worry. We don't have to panic or go into any kind of a downfall in energy, because we know they're there. We've just then got to find it in the interpretation. So the student that I was working with is very clairvoyant. She likes to see, because seeing is believing, and then express the visions that she's having. So I said that, understand that your mind is heavily diluted right now. You know, there's a lot going on in there. There's a lot of chaos. So we need to go with the entire sensory system and just speak about what it is that you feel. And within 3 or 4 seconds, away she went, demonstrating that we can override this dilution of mind and immediately start communicating again. So my advice to the viewer is know that the spirit world are there. And if it helps you as the individual to go back to the last statement, then go back. But always work the step back forward to the unfoldment of the story that the communicator wants to say. If you keep stagnant in just the family zone, then the family zone is all that's going to get expressed. And we have to remember that there is a lifetime of stories to be expressed. So trust yourself, know that they're there, and then express completely through the sensory. Now, I've tried to break this down as simply as I possibly can, and so it is a good practice to go back. It is a good practice to sort of go back to the place that felt right, because you're new, or you need confidence in your spirit team. But understand that the boundaries need moving. If you always do that and you always stay there, then your mediumship will never flourish. It will never grow. It will go to the place of comfort. So go back, re-establish, and then step forward into what you believed was the statement, package it slightly differently, and then go from there. So the understanding of my mind is 100%. They are there. They're not gone. They won't leave you. They won't run away, because that's the spirit world. They are always there. So I hope that helps the viewer that raised the question. You're going to have to put it into a little bit of practice, and I'm not there to guide you through, which is unfortunate. I would like to be able to guide you all through the process, because all my students and everyone on the mentoring will say that you always say it's easy, Charlie. Mediumship is easy. And mediumship is very easy. The thing that is very difficult is us. We are difficult, complex beings. We've got lives that are going on outside of the classroom or the centres, and the dilution can take over. So understand the mind, and you'll understand the spirit world much, much easier. Therefore, you know they're there. I can just go get my next statement and then move it forward from there. It's not going to be easy, but it's a process that once you've learned and you've expressed and experimented with it, you'll know that you'll never ever worry again about, oh, have I lost the communicator? Where have they gone? I can't find them. You'll know that they're there. And I deliberately do this to my students in the classroom. I'll throw their mind. I'll create a disturbance that will take their attention away from the spirit world. And deliberately do this throughout their communication from time to time, to show them that they've just got to move the intent back. There's the communicator, then the expression can continue. So that's the video for today. I'll see you all in the next one. Please don't forget to like if it was any value to you. Share it on your social medias if you think anyone can have any benefit from it whatsoever. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of the next upload, which will be later in the week. So I'll see you then.